Hello everyone! I am back after yet another mini hiatus. I didn't just want to post another speed paint and wanted to try and get something a little bit different out again. So here we are. Welcome to today's video. I'm going to be making a creature and explaining my design choices. Some are based off of what I thought would look neat, and others are based off of things in the animal world. Today in the kitchen we are cooking up a saltwater aquatic dragon. This is a beast I've actually wanted to make for a while. I love dragons, and I love aquatic life, so if you combine the two, it's good. I like it. I enjoy it. It's nice. It's very nice. Alright, so I've got a sketch here from a little while ago with a headshot and a wing concept. I was experimenting with ideas for a water species I could add to the Frostwoods, and I actually turned out really liking these two drawings. And over here, I've got a few notes jotted down. Oh my gosh, swear word acronyms?! So first things design-wise, I want to make this dragon naturally chunky. I already have a chunky dragon species, but I just love chunky dragon designs. I find them so cute. I like to think that they're gentle giants most of the time, but could definitely end the world by accident if they got angry. So, with all of that in mind, let's get a sketch down. Alright, so we have a few design points here. I've added a whale tail in there because I thought the bigness of the design was kind of whale-like. In addition, the tail is also good for propelling an animal of this size through the water. Gill things on the neck. Idea for this, they don't actually help take breaths, it's more like they just help with keeping a good oxygen level in the body while the animal goes diving for a long time. Big chest for big lungs. Breath can be held for longer, even without assistance from the gill things. Short little wings, very bad at flying. Like penguin wings, they're much better at swimming. Very reflective underside scales, which blend in with the surface light when looked at from underneath. In contrast, the back scales are a darker color, so they blend in with the bottom when they're looked at from above. This is inspired primarily by shark coloration. And then finally, me making up for the fact that I did not make a holiday video, we have built-in Christmas lights on the ends of the wings. They're kind of used how anglerfish use their glowy bits. Okay, so we've got our base. I'll do some commentary over the line work and coloring. I already have part of the line here since I decided I showed enough of the general gist with the sketch. I'm focusing more on the scale work and its layout for this line section. Like I said before, I went for a bulkier shape with this species. I decided to further reflect this in the dragon scales. For the ones along their back and the fronts of their legs, I gave them a more rectangular shape. I had a bit of a hard time trying to figure out how the shoulder plates worked. They might be a bit off because of that. The struggle, I think, spawned from me not knowing exactly how the neck and side scales work together. I think I made it work, though. The smaller scales don't matter as much since they're not as prominent. That way, I don't have to spend extra energy making them the same shape. That's a tip. If it's hardly there, you don't have to care. But smaller components do go a long way to make sure the picture looks more whole. The dragon's back plates are definitely an armor tactic for them. I can see these scales being made from keratin and an osteoderm layer, like that of an armadillo's shell. The smaller scales, though, aren't as tough. For the tail, I didn't make it too elaborate. There are two sets of fins, both used for propulsion through the water in the whale-like up and down motion. It's not shown here, but the dragon's webbed fingers would also help with steering and slowing, as well as the fins on the back. And finally, those aerodynamically useless little wings. We love to see it. They just flap and help this friend ascend its weight quickly and descend its weight slowly. I imagine the glowy bits on the ends of the fingers would also help with being able to see in the dark at the depths that this guy is able to go down to, as well as attracting little prey. Alright, we got our lines, and now we can work on color. And by color, I mean staying very analogous and gloomy looking. Y'all like the sea? Oh boy, we got sea colors for you. When I think beach, I think Norway in the UK, where the weather is quite miserable and very cold. If there's one thing I go to the beach for, it's depression. For their base color, I'm going with this green, blue, gray color, which probably has a better name. This can be specific to this dragon, but any variation is probably just lighter or darker versions of this same hue. Like previously mentioned, I'm making the coloration for this species cool and gray. Since they're a frostwood species, they come from a colder part of the world. It ain't exactly the tropics over there, so they don't have many sunny beaches. Their colors would help them blend into the dark water. I also mentioned this before, but for the layout, the first thing that came to mind were sharks. Sharks have dark backs and light undersides so that they aren't visible when looked at from above or below. I added this feature to my design, but with my own touch on it, so they have undersides covered in lighter, reflective scales. That's about it for what you can see here. Fire usage-wise, I decided that they can't actually breathe it, but their scales can superheat the water for hunting and defense purposes. I made it so that when they do it, this red glow can be seen through their scales like lava through rocks. And we are nearing the end of the video, lovelies. Thank you for sticking around till now. This video might be another thing I'd want to do again, but it really depends on how this one is received. I did enjoy making this species, though. I like to try and incorporate some science into a lot of the creatures I make up, just to ground them a little bit. There's a lot more that I can't fit in this video, but that I wanted to share, so that might be something interesting for a future video. Thank you all for watching. I love you, and have a great rest of your day.